Hello everyone, and welcome to my Y and R American TV show official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the club dining room, Nate notes that he still has the afterglow from last night. Audra laughs as he claims he recognizes chemistry when he sees it. She tells him he needs to go before the department store CEO she's meeting with arrives. He's impressed that she's striving to extend her market. Nate implies that he wouldn't want to be a distraction. Audra confides that Bob Elton has been interacting primarily with Kyle, but she's going to make it so he'll want to work with her only. Nate believes it's a shame she needs to invest so much energy trying to outmaneuver her partner. Audra says Kyle's made it obvious there's no room for the both of them. Just then, Kyle walks up. Audra asks what he's doing there. Kyle's grabbing breakfast to commemorate the meeting he just had with Bob Elton. Audra narrows her gaze. "You found out about my meeting." Kyle wonders whether she truly thought she could use her charm on his biggest retail prospect. Nate gets involved and Audra tells him it's okay. Claire walks in and observes as Nate tells Audra to handle her business, then leaves the table. He tells Claire that she'll have to wait if she's there to see Kyle. At the table, Kyle informs Audra that he's already 3 steps ahead of her. She finds out he called a supplier and canceled her order for product samples she wanted to pitch to Victor. At the bar, Nate tells Claire that business can be ruthless. He adds her grandfather is a heavyweight. He observes that he thought the egos were strong in the operating rooms, but CEOs are next level. The hunger for power is an illness as deadly as a heart attack. Claire references her past. One thing she's learned is that power clashes and vendettas rarely end well for everyone involved. At Audra's table, Kyle fumes that Bob was his contact. Audra only organized the meeting with Elton since he tried to ruin him with Victor. Kyle laments about her lack of allegiance and warns he'll do whatever it takes to get her out of Glissade. Jack arrives at home and finds Billy there, on his way out after having breakfast with Tracy. Jack wants to chat, but his brother threatens he won't compromise his plans for Abbott Chancellor. Jack begs Billy to stick around. He acknowledges he doesn't agree with him hiring Phyllis, who is no Lily Winters. Billy contends that Phyllis has had his back as opposed to trying to stick a dagger in it. Jack is anxious that he's moving away from the people who can help him protect Catherine's legacy. Billy questions why it matters to him and reminds his brother he's not his boss anymore. Word on the street is that he's losing authority at Abbott to his wife. Irritated, Jack thinks Billy's vanity is blinding him to the potential that he's moving Chancellor in the wrong path. Billy doesn't need Jack's help. Jack's frustrated that he denies himself the benefit of his experience. Billy doesn't have time for this. Jack tells his brother what a disaster it was when he taught himself to sail since he didn't want to listen to him. His reaction hasn't altered. He's continuously opposing the people who want to help him. Billy insists he's changed and moans at Jack taking every opportunity to tell him that he's smarter and knows best. Jack screams that he still has a chip on his shoulder. Billy recognizes his worth and believes in the vision he has for Abbott Chancellor. He won't let anyone tread on it, including Victor. Jack's head shoots up. Wait, what does Victor have to do with any of this? Billy admits that Victor's waiting for him to make a mistake, but he's not going to do that. Jack replies he already has. He fired Lily. Billy believes Lily was devoted to getting him out of the company. He had to react. Jack feels Victor's ploy is working. He's got him on the defensive already. Billy argues that he may knock him down first. He has someone on the inside at Newman who is on his corner. Victoria, Jack guesses she's trying to protect her children. Billy says she offered to buy him out, but his company's not for sale. Jack knows Victor can't be too delighted with his daughter trying to strike a deal behind his back. At Society, Victor appreciates Victoria's work. She reminds him how skilled she is at his job. Talk shifts to Nick being focused on Sharon. Victor says Nick's happy she's watching out for him, but wonders her allegiance to the rest of the family. He knows she offered Billy Abbott a buyout against his will. Victoria says her kids look up to their father, just as his children look up to him. Her mother can still control Chancellor if they buy Billy out. Victor has to know where her allegiance actually lay. Victoria informs her father she's on the side of Newman Enterprises. She knows he believed her strategy was a reasonable one. Why not avert a power conflict between him and Billy? Victor assumes he accepted her offer to avoid a humiliating loss. Victoria says Billy rejected her down. Victor moans that he doesn't know what's good to him. Victoria thinks he might warm up to the idea, but Victor says it will never happen. He saw weakness in her and will take advantage of it. Victoria feels he can't blame her for putting her family ahead of business, and laments that his animosity for Billy exceeds his allegiance to his grandchildren, which makes her think twice about having any part of this. Victor wonders if she's suggesting she's willing to leave the company over this. At the club, Audra and Kyle continue bickering until Nate and Claire break it up. Kyle swears he's done with Audra, who warns him Claire had been observing the whole time and looks unsettled about what she witnessed. Kyle claims it's just business. Claire is fully aware that the gloves need to come off sometimes in business. Audra cautions Kyle doesn't do anything with a soft touch. If she hasn't found out already, she will. Claire and Kyle go away, and Nate asks Audra, "What was that all about?" In the jazz lounge, Kyle informs Claire that Audra is unhappy because he outmaneuvered her at Glissade. Claire didn't just tumble out of a coconut tree. She doesn't like or condone his approach, but people are more than what they do for work. Even her grandfather has a sensitive side. She wonders, however, if he's frightened about her seeing him like this. Maybe part of his wishes he didn't have to be that way. Kyle confesses that he wishes things didn't have to be so harsh. He wants her to know that the way he was with Audra was just business, which sometimes become ugly. Claire sees the man he really is. "I see you with your son. Kindness is not weakness." She assures him she believes in him and is convinced he can achieve all the things he wants, while avoiding sinking to Audra's level when feasible. Kyle thanks her for recognizing the best in him. Claire wants to know all of him. In the club, Nate tells Audra she's better than this. "Don't let Kyle bait you into being someone you're not. Audra won't allow anyone take this away from her." Nate doesn't want to watch her get wounded. Audra thinks when a man is pushy in business, it's a virtue. When a woman does it, she has to be put back in line. She won't cede any ground. Her position is on top, and Glissade is an opportunity for her to assert herself. Nate's only advising she doesn't have to go about it this way. Audra informs him that this is who she is. If he doesn't like it, he can go on his way. Nate tells her he's in her corner and isn't going anywhere. He wants her to press forward with the new product, even though Kyle sabotaged her. Audra knows she can impress Victor, but tonight is about fulfilling herself. If she's delighted with her work, Victor will be too. She observes, if Kyle wants a fight, he'll get one. At the Abbott mansion, Jack tells Billy they share a common adversary. Billy doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire, but he sees the benefit of Victor having to fight a war on two fronts. Jack worries that Victoria has put herself between him and her father. He warns his brother that he needs to protect his bond with his child. He wouldn't wish the sorrow on anyone of the separation between him and his kid. Billy frowns. Things aren't any better with Kyle. Jack only begs him to think long and hard about how this business with Victor would affect his kids. They don't know Victor the way they do. He'll undercut their feelings for their father if it serves his purpose. You have to do whatever you can to protect your relationship with them. He feels Chelsea could be a benefit. Billy says they're on a break. He tells Billy that Abbott Chancellor is not a sailboat, it's the Titanic. Billy assures his brother he sees Victor arriving. At Society, Victoria feels it seems like her father is considering letting her go for coming to Billy. Victor laments that Nikki is looking forward to running Chancellor, and Catherine would roll over in her grave thinking about that Moran running it. Victoria thinks he's more interested on punishing Billy than helping her mom. Victor says Billy does not belong at Chancellor Industries. He needs to be gone. Outside Society, Victoria tells her father she appreciates him not fully losing it on her for going behind his back. Victor adores her, but don't ever let this happen again. Victoria suggests she should let him know she spoke to Cole about this, to ask guidance. Victor doesn't like this and asks whether he advised her to go against his wishes. Victoria claims he urged her to follow her instincts. If you're looking for someone to blame for influencing me in this, you should look in the mirror. She asked herself, what would my father do? Victor can't conceal his joy, but warns he's bringing Chancellor back, and not to come in his way. Victoria doesn't think she could stop him if she wanted to. Victor walks off. Victoria gets a text from Billy asking her to meet him at Crimson Lights. They need to talk. At the club, Audra assures Nate that they're good. Nate feels sad she has to deal with Kyle. She calls him her knight in shining armor, but he doesn't think she needs saving. You will get this done, Audra thinks, and says she suddenly realized she doesn't have to do this alone. I know who can help. She kisses Nate and departs. Nate gets a text and frowns. What the hell is this? He muses, Amy Lewis, who are you? She sends another text indicating she has to see him over an important family situation. He says, sorry, do I know you? She says, when we meet it will all be clear. At Crimson Lights, Billy thanks Victoria for attending. She hopes he's had a change of heart about her offer. He says no chance. He wants to explore the best method to protect their kids. He thinks they need to get together with the kid and let them know what's going on, so they can be prepared should things go bad. Victoria fears he'll want to send kids back to boarding school. Billy enjoys having them in town. Whether they're here or away, they will find out what's going on. Victoria hates this, but conflict is imminent. It's preferable they know what's coming. In the jazz lounge, Audra discovers Kyle and Claire, who goes aside to let them talk. Audra informs Kyle that her plan to pitch her new product will go ahead as planned. He smirks about her having no samples. Audra claims she discovered who will adore her concept even more than Victor. Kyle asks, who? She answers, Bob Elton. She just pitched it to him over the phone, and he wants it at all of his stores. Kyle fumes, you conniving? Audra urges, be careful, Kyle. Claire may be watching. She's positive that securing a top player in their market will impress their boss. You better bring it, Kyle, because any shot you try to take, I'm going to hit back even harder. Glissade is mine and I'm not going anywhere. Kyle adds, neither am I. It's evident you want a battle, so get ready to lose because I have no problem going down in the dirt. Audra's delighted to hear that, since before this is done, she's going to bury him. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time.